Hi there. We are working this week on building our leash skills and our out and about skills. So I really want you to just kind of watch what Melissa is doing to kind of keep her engaged when we are out. So it's not like, oh, we just go outside and walk down the street. We start a lot of times in that sit, which you've seen us work on before, that fun zone. And depending on what's happening in her world, so we'll do a couple steps. And as long as we've got focus, then we give the dog a break. We just do a go find it, and then she does like a little, once the dog goes out for that go find it, will you do that again? Just toss the go find it, give her a break, she gets to go find it, and then she kind of walks backwards and calls the dog back to her. So we're also just working on, again, sort of that engagement so that it's not always so hard. She gets to do some movement, some fun stuff, come back and get her focus. And then what's been really challenging is when we come across a lot of distractions. We were at a place yesterday where a lot of kids came out, and it was really nerve-wracking for her. So we had to gain a lot of distance, move her away from that, and just try to get her more comfortable in that environment. Sometimes when we've got dogs nearby, and a lot of times there are dogs around here, so hopefully we're going to get to see some. Now this is really hard because I'm walking in front of her, so you can see how distracting that is for her. She just wants to run out and see me, and you can see a little bit of the struggle that's happening here. So Melissa just keeps kind of stopping, walking backwards, getting her to come back in for some cookies. So this is stuff you're going to run into, and now you can see how hard it is to get her kind of back and engaged with Melissa.
Find it. Right there. Scarlet! Up, up. Yes.
So I stopped walking here for a second to see if she could kind of regain her. So you can see how she sort of does like the go find it's on the ground, maybe some hand targets. She does a lot of backwards walking. All right, I'm gonna let you guys walk that way, and then I'll walk in back and see if they...
Okay. This is kind of what she was doing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when she gets like overstimulated or a little freaked out by something random. I don't know. Come here. Scarlet. Good girl. Find it.
Okay, so this is kind of a real life, like real world exercise where you can see she got super distracted by me, and now we're having a really hard time just getting her to come back in and focus. We've also seen a little bit of the frustration thing that you talked about where, oh, here come some other people, where she redirects her frustration at the leash when she gets really frustrated. We have seen that in the past couple days. All right, so what we did to combat that moment where she, well, it was really a couple minutes where she was really having a hard time focusing, is we switched our reward system. So remember I said when you go out and about, you may need to have treats that you never have for anything else. So I gave Melissa some string cheese, and it definitely helped to really refocus her. Again, you have to remember that the higher the distraction level, the better the reward system needs to be, and the more frequent you need to treat. I mean, this is obviously an insanely highly, even though there's no people or dogs out here right now. I mean, are you kidding? Like the sniffs, the smells that are out here, just being near the water, that's super distracting. And her focus right now is actually really, really lovely with the string cheese. So we're on this really long path out here, and quite honestly, there's nowhere to go on either side. So I like to practice a lot of kind of simulated recalls where we're doing some go find it's like that, and then backing away from the dog and calling them in, doing lots of rewards. So that should be for sure helping what you're doing in the house. Just saying her name when she moved towards you, yes, and then rewards. And then one of the things that a development that we've both, Melissa and I, have seen in the past week is the game of not wanting to come to you. So even if she has the leash on and she thinks that we're going to do something like, oh, leave the park, oh, get in the car, or maybe she just doesn't really think there's anything particular that she doesn't want to do, but she just doesn't feel like coming to us, she's playing the keep away game, which is where you move towards her and she just runs away. So one of the things I really want you to do is work on this, what we're doing right now, that collar grab, that gotcha game, and then just letting her go. So again, we're just doing kind of, you could practice this out, in your, it's hard to do in grass, but maybe in your driveway, I don't know. Is just tossing a treat. You could really even do it inside if you have like a little bit of space. So you're just tossing a treat, telling her go find it. As she comes in, really like just putting your hand on the collar, not necessarily even grabbing it or putting a lot of pressure on it, but just getting her used to that sense of reaching out. And then we're just going to kind of let her go back out and do her thing. So she doesn't start to think every time she's quote unquote captured that bad things are going to happen. In fact, great things are going to happen. And then she gets to go have fun and do her thing again. So I think really working on that this week, and then watching those videos of how we interact out on the street and try to redirect her when we have difficulty with higher levels of distraction is really important.